What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Now, in light of Anthony Davis being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, I would like to highlight his agent, Rich Paul, man. Like, I gotta salute that brother, Rich Paul. Rich Paul is a phenomenal, he's an agent that's doing this. He's doing a damn thing for real. And he is really, this is the thing, man. He's been vilified heavily, especially during this whole Anthony Davis thing. People are saying, AD is letting Rich Paul run his life. AD is doing things that Rich Paul wants him to do. AD is Rich Paul's puppet. And that's to make Anthony Davis feel insecure about himself and his agent. To look at Rich Paul with a shady lens and say, you know what? This guy is trying to control me. That's what they were trying to do. When the media was talking talking about Rich Paul in that manner, they were trying to create some type of dissension or try to create some type of tension between Rich Paul and Anthony Davis because they feel like Rich Paul has too much power. Period. So a lot of people felt like when Rich Paul was coming up, he was just a product of LeBron. He was just a LeBron hanger-on or a part of LeBron's posse, as Phil Jackson said. But now we've seen Rich rise to prominence as an agent, and we've seen that his business acumen is second to none. And that young brother is doing some big and special things. They don't like Rich Paul because Rich acts within the best interest of his clients. Rich acts within the best interest of the talent, the players, not the owners, not the teams. He acts within the best interest of the players as any agent should. He does his job like every agent should do. He gets his players to the destination that they want to be in, and he gets them the money that they want. And sometimes it's the money that they deserve, and sometimes it's overcompensation. And some people feel like, but damn, who cares? Pay them brothers, because a lot of times them brothers are doing things they need to get paid because the owners getting broke off way more money than that. Them brothers deserve to be paid, and Rich Paul gets his agents paid. He gets his agent and his He gets his clients paid, and he gets his clients in the destination that they want to be, which results in a happy client overall. So he's doing a brilliant job as an agent. But people hate Rich Paul because they feel like he's controlling the narrative. He's creating this narrative change where it's all about the players and less about the teams and ownership and all that type of stuff. So they feel like, you know what? We don't like what these guys are doing. And Rich Paul is signing a lot of the top young talent in the league. He got some special guys on his roster. And a lot of people looking at that with a side eye like, you know what? That's LeBron's doing. That's LeBron doing this. That's LeBron doing that. And the fact that he's not just LeBron's agent. He's one of LeBron's best friends. They looking at it like, you know what? They got an upper hand that we don't have. And we don't like how much power and control that they have. But I always say this. Ultimately, Anthony Davis left the New Orleans Hornets because he wanted to leave. Not because LeBron wanted him to leave. Not because Rich Paul wanted him to leave. It was because he wanted to change scenery. He wanted to be in Los Angeles. That was clear. He wanted to be not a Clipper. He wanted to be a Laker. Why? Because who wouldn't want to play with one of the greatest players to ever play the game in LeBron James? And who wouldn't want to put themselves in contention for an NBA title playing alongside of LeBron James? And you playing for a esteemed organization this organization has had prominent big men. I'm talking about like the big man that you idolize, that most people idolize. They've had Kareem, they've had Wilt Chamberlain, they've had Shaquille O'Neal, they've had dominant players, dominant big men. And he like, okay, cool. I want to be one of those guys to set the mold. And I think AD gonna be like, okay, they've had the dominant centers. He want to be the dominant power forward if they keep him at the power forward spot, which is his natural position. I think that's what he should be. But ultimately, man, he wants to win championships. He wants to cement his legacy, and he wants his point averages, his rebound averages, his block averages to mean something. And in Los Angeles, with LeBron James, it's going to mean something. And Rich Paul helped get him there. He helped lay down the law and do the negotiation and everything. He's been in talks with teams. And Rich Paul is going to get him a hefty contract. Not just Rich Paul, Anthony Davis is his big play is going to get him a contract too. But I cannot gloss over what Rich Paul has done, man. They've created an empire where players trust them, where players are they seek out a relationship with Rich Paul. Like in watching Rich Paul navigate through these different Like I watched him navigate on different shows and interviews and stuff like that, and how he interacts with all these different players. I think Rich creates more than just a business relationship with his talent. He creates a family oriented relationship with the players that he has, with the clients that he has. He creates a family bond with those guys, and he goes the extra mile to find out about them. Not just about, okay, what can you do for me? It's what can I do for you? And he wants to know who they are. He takes the time out to really find out who they are and get invested in that person's in the who that person is, more than just a basketball player. And I think that goes a long way, especially with those young guys who not only look up to LeBron James, but look at him as like, you know what, you're the next young mogul. And they're looking for him for help, for guidance. And he seems to be very open to it. And he seems to be a guy that can get very personable with them. He's not a guy that you talk to on the phone, when something bad happens, or when you're getting traded, or when you're in trouble. He's a guy that'll probably call you once or twice a week to check in on you, or say, hey, I'm having a barbecue, you can come over, this and that. He seems to be a family-oriented guy, and I see the relationship that he has with LeBron James, with J.R. Smith, with Ben Simmons, with all those other clients that he has, Tristan Thompson. They seem to take to him they really take to him. He's a young guy that can relate to them. They often come from they probably come from the same backgrounds as him. Rich Paul, young kid from Akron, I believe. Probably seen some of the same stuff they've seen in their neighborhoods and made something out of nothing. It came from nothing. And then, the young guys see that and say, you know what, I can relate to that guy. I can talk to that guy. That guy that came from nothing and turned his life into something and created a life of abundance and a life of prominence. From being a serious businessman and taking his craft totally seriously. You know what? He didn't just use connections to be, his connection to LeBron is like a leeching thing. He put in the groundwork, laid down the groundwork, and and solidified his reputation. So he's acting like a big boss. And I promise you, it makes me smile to see Rich Paul. I follow him on Instagram, and I'm like, you know what, man? That young brother, he is the example for a lot of other black kids to say, you don't have to be the person dribbling the basketball. You don't have to be the person that can jump out the gym. You don't have to be this electrifying entertainer. You can be the guy behind the scenes getting business deals done, and you can be rewarded with that handsomely. Not just with money, but with players' loyalty. And it will attract other clients. Like Rich Paul gonna get a lot of other clients after this Anthony Davis deal went through. People gonna see what he's helped Anthony Davis do. And essentially the teams have to agree to the trade. So, but I'm saying he's gonna get Anthony Davis paid. People gonna look at, you know what? He always supports his talent firmly. They're like, you know what? I want to sign to that guy. That guy get the young talents around. He getting all the young guys. And he's putting them in position to where they can get these big contracts. He's negotiating these deals for them where they can get these big deals. Even if you felt like J.R. Smith didn't deserve $56 million, which he did after he helped LeBron and the Cavs win that championship. Even if you felt like Tristan Thompson shouldn't have got that $80 million contract, which was warranted to him after he balled out greatly with LeBron when he was playing against the Golden State Warriors when Kevin Love was down and Kyrie was down. Tristan balled out, and he got them boys in big contracts. Whether you felt like they deserved it or not, Rich Paul went out there and got them boys them big contracts that they were looking for, where their family is straight, their kids will be straight, and their kids will be straight. Especially if those boys continue to think smart. And I think Rich Paul is a guy that is talking to his talent, talking to his clients about doing the right things with their money. So I'm proud of what Rich Paul has done with his relationship with LeBron, and I'm proud of how far he's come, man. Shout out to Rich Paul. Keep doing your thing, man. And hey, they gonna hate. Let them hate. Let them keep talking. But you do what you gotta do as an agent, and you do what's in the best interest of the client, of those players, man, because they deserve it. All those owners getting broke off all that big bread, the players need to get paid too, and they need to play. Hey, and they can play where they want to play. They can play where their heart desires. If you can help them play where their heart desires, that's a bonus, baby. You doing your job, and people gonna look at that and say, you know what? I want to be with that guy. Shout out Rich Paul, man. I promise y'all, I look at that brother as inspiration, man. I really do. I really am inspired by him. Him and Maverick Carter, man. What they do and how they do it, you know what? They let people talk about him. I admire them. People talk about their boy Bron. They talk about him all they want. They go out there with their head held high. They don't tuck their tail between their legs. They go into these business rooms, not fearful of the guy that's a shark in the room. They like, look, we some sharks too. We lions too. Talk all you want to talk about us. You can say what you want to say about my boy, LeBron. You can talk about how you think we not qualified and this and that. But the proof speaks for itself. We solidified. It don't matter how you feel. It don't matter what it don't matter if you don't want us in here. We in here and we rubbing elbows and we talking to the right people and getting connections to the top talent to help further our brand and help further these athletes' career and help solidify their life outside of the game of basketball. Which it means something, man. I'm telling you, it means something. He seems like a guy that's interested. Rich seems like a guy that he interested in what your kids doing, what your family doing, and all of that. He'd come to your sister graduation if he could. Especially, you a client of his, and he gonna develop their relationship with you. It's dope. I saw what they was doing with that kid that came out of that was coming out of high school and was getting an internship with New Balance and getting paid like $600,000 or something crazy, like getting some big money, man, which is dope. So I see that type of stuff, and I'm like, you know what? He's for these guys advancing their career outside of their basketball life and also helping to put them in the best situation for them during their career, which is what an agent is all about, man. This is what an agent is supposed to do. Talk about them all you want to. Talk about them and try to make them feel bad about themselves and, oh, you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that. Keep talking. Like my boy Keith Forsyth, KD tell me, they can talk all they want to, but they gonna keep watching. They're going to keep tuning in, and they're going to see the success start to mount up. After all the hate is being given and thrown in each direction, the success is going to mount up. And then what they going to say now at that point? What they going to say now? And that's how Rich Paul is looking. Y'all said I wasn't going to last. Y'all, him and Maverick Carter, like y'all said, we were just products of LeBron. But them boys, make no mistake about it. LeBron helped put them in position, but they took the ball and they ran with it, and they did their thing. They got busy. They were diligent. And they were forward thinking. They're astute men. They're astute black men. And I honor that, man. I respect them brothers, man, for real. The bond and the empire they building with LeBron, I promise y'all, a culture shift about to happen. LeBron damn near be one of the first billionaire athletes. For real, for real. The culture shift is happening, man. It really is, man. And it's coming. And y'all gonna see the empire that they built. LeBron mess around and own the team. He mess around and own the team pretty soon. I promise. And watch how it happens. Watch how he operates. But again, shout out to Rich Paul, brother. I'm proud of you. You're inspiration for me and a lot of other young black kids who are not the most talented with the basketball, with the football. They're not the talented rappers or musicians, but can be have an astute mind and have a business savvy that will put you in the upper echelon of society, which is dope. Peace.